9J once again. You already know that though. Swear everybody be hating on me. They do though. Say I ain't got it like that. But I do though. Well, I guess I gotta come through, man. I gotta up my score, right? Nickel, let's go.
Hey, yo, what's good with everybody, man? I hope everybody's having a productive day, feeling blessed, and like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. I want to do this video because tomorrow, I do know it's Father's Day, and tomorrow I'm just going to do a regular video. I'm going to talk about my experience in the last past year, what it's like to be a dad, how I grew, how I matured, what has changed. You know, share with you guys, you know, what I've been going through and all that, personal video. And, you know, just get personal with you guys, man, because, you know, there's a lot of fathers out there that are stepping up to the plate. And there's a lot of mothers out there that take the position of a father role as well as a single mother. So that's going to be our day to talk about those kind of things. But for now, y'all seen the thumbnail. So I woke up this morning just chilling, minding my own business. And then that's the first thing that came up on my Instagram. And I'm like, man, this dude can't do nothing without somebody crucifying him, bro. And I'm like, man, I know how it feels, man. I get it. I really do get it. The boy can say anything. And then they call him meth play. I don't know. I mean, we all know that he does drugs, but I don't know why they address him as his name, bro. Like, you making fun of him is just kind of stupid. It's kind of childish, if you ask me. So anyways, I see the video. And once I seen it was like a reel made and a little captions, I was like, yeah, they're making fun of him. What did he do? And then I seen what it was about what he said about his daughter dating blacks. A black guy. And dude, before I can even watch the video, I was like, bro, they're gonna crucify this fool because I know he's gonna say something different. Then I watched what he said, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do a video because as much as everybody's gonna utilize this viral clip and turn it into something different, I was like, I gotta turn a negative into the positive. I think that's my goal. That's my objective. Is always trying to turn a negative into a positive. Try to remain positive. I like that. I like that agenda. So one comment said, hey, bro, where's your PR manager at, bro? Like, you're tripping, bro, and put a thumbs down. And my first thing I said, I was like, bro, why does anybody need a PR manager? Are we in a society where you cannot speak how you truly feel, no matter the circumstances or consequences, because the vast majority is going to hate what you have to say, disagree with what you kind of have to say, and become that powerful on social media where they band together and say, no, well, we can't support him no more because of what he said? That's like wrong, bro. This cancel culture stuff, that it's just wrong. Nobody can have their own personal opinion or a belief system and stand on it without being crucified. And most of the time you see people when they say something that offended a great deal of an audience that an audience disagrees with, then you'll see them come out with a public apology. Like, bro, if that's how you really feel, there's no need for apology. If that's how you really feel, stand on it, bro. I mean, you're going to be hated, man. There's nothing wrong with being hated. Trust me, I know what that hate's like, bro, and I still keep doing what I'm doing. The hate's going to be real. Everybody's going to hate something about you. The bigger you are, the more hated you're going to become. Just say it, bro. And that's how you really feel. That's how you really feel. And then he came out with the whole, I don't know if it was a Twitter or just an Instagram post or a thread, whatever it's called, talking about, you know, trying to break the barrier between black and brown in Los Angeles. Bro, there's a long history in Los Angeles when it comes to black and brown communities. Nothing like you see in Northern California. There's a big difference. But I can't even elaborate thoroughly about the black and brown community in Northern California because I'm from the Central Valley. I'm from Central California. So we don't have that problem. We never really did. So he said he would never let his daughter date a black guy. I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. You know how many times I've heard that in jail? And not just from Southerners. Can't say I heard it from Northerners, but I've heard it with whites. I've even heard it with blacks. Blacks don't want to... There's certain blacks that won't date outside their culture. You'll see a lot of black women on social media that can't stand when a black dude dates a white girl or a Mexican girl. And you can see the hate. You can see the criticism. I mean, you're looking at it from a racial standpoint, not just a gender standpoint. Like, bro, that's a woman. I don't care what color skin she is. That's a woman right there, a grown woman. But the hate's real. Some people are going to have that belief system. Some gang members don't want to see their sisters or their nieces dating outside the culture. As if sticking to the culture is going to benefit anybody in the long run anyways. I don't see the benefits in that besides keeping your bloodline pure. And the only reason I stand against that is because damn, I'm gonna get crucified for this. But it's not even Southerners and blacks that I heard it from that made it sound so disgusting. It was a lot of the racial skinheads that I met that their whole belief system, like one dude had it on his stomach, man. What he say is like death to all mixed races, or there's something mixed races, bro. Hate to all mixed races, stay purebred, stay pure love or pure bloodline. It was a weird tattoo he had, death to all mixed races. I think that's what he had on his stomach. And I had asked him about that. And he tried to tell me, he's like, look, but we ain't racist. We just want to stick to our own people. We don't want to mingle with everybody else. We don't want your guys' culture. We don't want this. We don't want to try your food, man. Our people have our own food. Our people have our own rich history. We should be breeding with each other. He goes, that's what all you guys should be doing. He goes, you guys are the ones messing it up. Like, we're not going to have cultures no more. We're not going to have, pure races no more because everything's going to be watered down. We're not going to know who we are no more. He goes, so why is it wrong for my people to say, we want to be white? We want to have babies with our white women. We don't want our white women messing up our bloodline. We're trying to create generations and generations of the white race, because if we don't, there ain't going to be no white race. Just like there ain't going to be no Mexican race. There's not going to be no black race, because you're going to have kids that are black, Mexican, and then he's named like 3 different races. And I'm just looking at him, but I'm like, but your tattoo says death to all that. And he was like, yeah, I agree with you. Dude, I'm in an argument with a 45-something-year-old ex-skinhead that was on the SNY. Bro, but he stood firm in his belief system. He's saying it wasn't death as in, hey, we're going to start smoking them if you mix breed, which I'm pretty sure that's what he meant, but he's not saying it. But he's basically saying, bro, it's going to be the death of all of us if all our cultures keep mixing. There's not going to be no such thing as culture. We're not going to know about nothing. We're going to be watered down. There's not going to be no pure bloodlines, bro. We might as well just start naming ourselves new races, because there's no such thing as white, black, Mexican, and all this and that, because we're just mixed breeding. And I didn't like the argument, but I'm always down for like intellectual debate. So I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, bro, you're still racist, bro. Shut the hell up, bro. Like, forget you, dude. Like, that's the only people I've ever been, I don't want to say somewhat racist towards. I just couldn't stand the belief system. And like I said, people are going to hate me for this, but I couldn't stand the belief system that whites had, but the ones that were racist. Because there's some that are not, bro. Some that just believe in white pride. There's nothing wrong with believing in white pride. But then there's some that take it to the extremes. Those are the ones that I have a problem with. And like I said, the dude that tatted up my head and my arms, he was deep in it, bro. Deep. Screwdriver and all that death metal stuff. That's where I initially heard those arguments from. Because to me personally, I can really care less, man. I've been with blacks. I've been with Mexicans. I've been with white girls. I finally hooked up with an Asian mixed girl. That was pretty cool. That was pretty lovely. But I haven't tried all the ethnicities, and I'm not trying to be a next Charlie Sheen. But, like, to me, that's the culture down there in Los Angeles as he described it. That was the best way he's describing it. I mean, personally, this is my personal opinion. If your daughter's not old enough to date, then why are you even worried about it? Like, really. See, my daughter is barely going to be 10 or 11. She ain't asking about dating guys. She asked like once, and I told her, look, man, just be careful. Just don't let another man put hands on you. Be treated with respect. Don't be taken advantage of. That's it. I don't care who she wants to date. Personally. But if your kid is too young to even be thinking about it, then it shouldn't be a topic of discussion. You should have just avoided the topic altogether. Why bring it up? And then why cry about it and apologize about it? No, you said what you said. And that's the God honest truth about the culture in LA. But he said he wants to break the barrier between black and brown, bro. Sometimes it's not about breaking the barrier. Let it happen on its own. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Some people are going to be so stuck in their belief systems that they don't want nothing to change. They want to be segregated. They want to be left alone. I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Because there's nothing wrong with, a black and a Mexican hooking up. I personally don't see nothing wrong with it. But if somebody feels like it's wrong and they rather not do it and they rather just date their own women, then who is it really hurting? Nobody. Because regardless, America is a multiculturalism society where no matter what, you're going to turn around every corner and see, good barbecue stores, mom and pop barbecue stands. You're going to go to the next corner, you're going to see taco stands. Then you're going to go down there and you're going to see, potato salad. you're going to see every ounce and every part of each and everybody's culture, every corner you turn, every mall you go to, every flea market you go, and just people starting their own businesses. Bro, you can't avoid it. So there's no reason to try to prevent it. You know, it's good to learn about different cultures. But I already knew the mentality when it comes to Los Angeles because I've been locked up in YA and I was in prison with a lot of Crips and Bloods and a lot of Southerners from down south. I'm very familiar with what goes on down there and their belief system down there and the segregation, and you just got a lot of bad blood and bad history down there, plain and simple. But like I said, I can't even speak for up north. And I don't want to sit here and speak on a north and south aspect of it. I look at it like this. I'm going to share an aspect with you because, like I said, no matter what you say on YouTube, there's always going to be a handful of people that hate what you say, criticize what you say. So let me share a story with you guys. Y'all know about my son, and he's only 1 year old. Just turned 1 year old a couple months ago. So I'm learning how to be a dad. I'm learning how to be a father. I sit here and battle every day of what I'm going to teach him because I don't want to teach him what my cousins and my uncles that brought me up in the hood taught me. Hey, bro, don't do this. Sock him in the face. Retaliate. Don't let nobody bully you. Hurt him. All that. I'm not trying to raise my son to believe in none of that. But I'm also trying not to shelter him neither because I know what that world's like out there. He's going to have to combat it on his own too. So we're watching Empire. The hip hop series on I think we were watching it on Hulu, and I had watched it in jail before. So there was a scene where the dad seen his son wearing high heels, and he grabbed him, got mad, threw him in a trash can, right? And I remember I was watching it with the mother of my kids, and we started arguing because she goes, "Why was that funny?" I was like, "Man, because I get where that dude's coming from. Like he can't stand dudes being gay, and he sure doesn't want his kid being gay." I go, I wouldn't want my son to be gay, especially with what's going on today. I don't want him to be gay. I want him to find somebody. I guess you could say I'm old school. Like, woman was made for man. I believe, a man should be with a woman, not another guy. And like I said, I'm not anti. I just, that's just how I feel. That's just the way I love women. I love the presence of a woman, being with a woman. But, times have changed. So we had a big old debate. She goes, "You're going to disown him and get mad at him if he is?" I go, "No, it's my son. I get it, but I just don't want that for him. I don't want to have him watch TV shows and just think it's okay because so many TV shows now are incorporating it because of a certain movement in a certain community that want equal rights and don't want to be outcasted and chastised for who they are. So they're putting it in every scene, in every TV show, and in every movie, in every children's book, on every children's T-shirt, in every different store department for children. Like, bro, if they're too young to understand it, then they shouldn't be introduced to it in the first place. So I don't need my son watching TV shows, and it shows that, and he thinks that's okay. I want my son to learn what I teach him, and he makes a decision when he's educated enough and old enough to make his own decisions. Then so be it. I go, but for now, that's not what I'm going to teach him. That's not what I'm going to expose him to, plain and simple. Just trying to end it early because I want my son to be taught, great morals and ethics and principles and values by me and him. By me and her. Not by society. Not by a children's book. Not by what he sees in the public stores. Not by what he sees on TV shows. You're not going to just brainwash my kid even though it does happen. No, I'm going to teach my kid. That's it. Nobody else is going to teach my kid and nobody else is going to raise my kid. So we had a big old argument about that because she was thinking that, I was going to get mad if my son or my daughter turned out gay. And I was like, no, bro, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're too young to even talk about that, to be introduced to that and exposed to that. And no, that's not what I want for them. I know what it's like for a man and woman to be together and, the chemistry that's there. I go, but if the times has changed, bro, I got to adapt to society. So if my son and my daughter go out there and they choose who they want to be with, then I got to respect that. Plain and simple. But there's nothing wrong with having that belief system. And there's nothing wrong with sharing that belief system. Even though I'm pretty sure somebody's going to crucify me. There's nothing wrong with sharing it as long as you're not like blatantly disrespectful. As long as you really don't offend somebody to an extent where it's like, bro, it's termed as racism, hate. Because that's what's going to happen. No matter what your belief systems really are, somebody's going to find us to identify it as, hate, racist, cruel. Like, bro, just the man said what he said. He doesn't want his daughter dating a black dude. But like, all I can say about that is, hey, bro, if your daughter's not old enough to be dating, then it shouldn't be a topic of discussion in the first place. Let her be a young girl. I never even seen his daughter. Didn't even know he had. I know he had a baby mama, but I didn't know he had old his kid was and all that. That's none of my business. And that's definitely something that podcasters, people that interview artists like this, shouldn't be asking questions of. So I don't even know how the question came up. But if you're a podcaster or somebody that's interviewing for a great TV show or internet show, bro, like, leave the kid. It's supposed to be about the artist or his belief system. But you put him in a position to answer that. Like, I don't want my daughter dating a black dude. Like I said, I don't know how the question came up. But either way, as an artist, as a social media influencer, you should have avoided that topic altogether. You should be strong enough and not absent-minded based on whatever it is that you're using to avoid that subject altogether, because it was going to face it. Now, you could have talked about the culture of LA and what it's like and how you want to break the barrier, or how we should be breaking the barrier. Oh, man, this is how some Mexicans think. This is how some blacks think. You could have did that and elaborated on it. It would have gave for great discussions in that comment section. Maybe for other podcasters to be like, you know what, he's right. You know, we should be trying to end this. It doesn't really work like that. It's like people pick and choose their battles, and people pick and choose their belief systems, but nobody ever wants to instill room for growth. But overall, man, this is a prime example of how no matter what you say on the internet, dude, there's going to be somebody and some podcaster and some social media influencer is going to find that, use it as his way to, you know, exert his belief system against your belief system, make you look bad, make him look good, and it's going to just be a trending thing. I've been seeing it, and it's going to happen. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys did watch the video about it, I wanted to make a video about it because, like I said, you know, there's certain belief systems that I have that I know if I said out loud, people will crucify me. But, you know, sometimes you can't be afraid to speak your mind. You never know what kind of difference you're going to make when you speak it. Just like I told you guys about my son and the Empire TV show. Yeah, bro, like, plain and simple. You know, I'm not anti-nothing. I just want to teach my kids morals and principles. I don't need somebody else showing it to him and guiding them in that direction. No, you're not going to influence my kids. Plain and simple. What I teach them is what I teach them, and if they choose to make decisions outside of that, I'm still going to love them. I don't care who they date. As long as they're happy. That's all I want for my kids, is for them to be happy, not to go through this life being miserable, because life is hard. Life's a struggle. They have to embrace that before they embrace anything. So with that being said, like I always say, it's one life, one chance. We only got one chance to do this right. Let's get it done. Peace.